go back to this one day. Unfortunately, for some of us, sooner than later. So all of this overthinking, stressing, need for perfection, was it worth the price? I promise, I'm not trying to be dark, but the idea of mortality reframes things, and most importantly, priorities. Deciding to stop living for other people's metrics and to start choosing real things that refill you. Creativity, cozy home rituals, and healthy boundaries. Like, that's not a choice, it's freeing. There is a lot going on in the world right now, and I can't even keep up. And honestly, if I tried, that would not be good for my mental health. But even in normal day-to-day activities, it feels like people are just becoming such jerks. They're so self-absorbed in their own issues that they almost act like an animal that's forced into a corner. And I'm often in encounters where I just ask, was that really necessary? Like at work, people are just flooded with this long to-do list and they're not properly compensated with time off or pay. And do I even dare say toxic work environments? And if you're like me, where you're trying to build something different, something that fuels your creativity and can hopefully give you the flexibility of time, but you constantly have to remind yourself of this crazy notion that you continuously have to grow in numbers. And I'm guilty of that. Trying to characterize my growth by the number of subscribers or followers on Instagram. I'm not saying those are bad things, but being so focused on your size of your audience or how much money you make, that could be dangerous. As a mom, I'm always worried about raising my children right, being able to protect them, teach them the right things, how to be a good human being. As a wife, I worry about being a supportive partner. And as a friend who is healing, I have a lot of friends who are in that healing journey too. And with the person that I am, I love supporting them. But after all of that, what's left for me? Sometimes we get so self-absorbed with making sure that the ones that we love get the life that they deserve, that we deprive our own self of the things that we work so hard to give them. And I had to ask myself, is the money, the titles, all of the things worth all the stress for your nervous system to be out of whack? And there's just this brutal kindness that nature teaches us, that one thing that was full of life and growth now serves as a support structure for something else. As I watch the many logs that are on this ground, allowing other things to feed off of it, as it itself returns to nature, helping the next thing to grow. And if we let that image sit with us, I don't want it to be this doom letter, but instead be a guidebook that can help us to remember how we can help other people that will come along way after we pass away. And for the ones that I love, I honestly just want to be an example that no matter how many times you might get caught up in this whole rat race, there's always a way to get back. And hopefully with repetition, we stay in this safe space a little bit longer. And I understand we all can't walk into the forest and call it clarity, but the real work is, what obligations are you willing to live with just because you think that having somebody else's approval is better than you being actually seen? And thinking about this dirt that we will all return to makes me feel okay with being imperfect. If the end is certain, and it is, it makes me feel more confident with the idea of trying and failing at something that I really want to do, than feeling safe and succeeding in something that drains me. I began to fail forward. I did things ugly, messy, and most of all, I just made a mess and laughed. So what can this look like? Like in your real busy everyday life. It's not a list of hacks, but instead it can be a handful of helpful boundaries to protect a sacred habit, like taking a weekly walk without your phone, taking time to sketch for 10 minutes, refusing tasks that steal your evenings, and actually take that class you've been bookmarking. These are not productivity tips. They are invitations to live the small-scale life that you've always wanted, the life that you want to return to when the workday ends, and ultimately to yourself. I want to leave you with the emotional resolution that saved me. Mortality isn't a deadline that crushes joy. It's a lens that sharpens it. When I finally accepted that to the dirt we'll all return to, I didn't feel grim, at least not for a long time. I became more picky, and I started to look at the moments that really make me happy. And I started collecting moments that really felt like me. And in that picking, I found freedom. If this landed with you, even just a little bit, do one tiny little thing. Go outside. Put your hand on the earth and ask yourself, what is something that you would keep doing if nothing else mattered? No judgment, no rush, just one honest minute. I share stories about small shifts that turn into big changes. How I balance deadlines with creativity, how I protect my cozy home time, and how I'm finding my way to joy. So follow along for more, and we'll explore the gentle, messy work of choosing yourself.